Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a good Tuesday in the market. It's October 18th. We're gonna look at SPY, GME, Netflix just had earnings, HLBZ had a big run today. I got options, Bed Bath & Beyond, sub up, like up, comment down, Happy Money sticks around. Here's our Twitter, you can follow us on at Happy Money YT, as well as our Discord server, link for those are in the description. Yeah, so on our Webull account here, couple IPOs coming up. I applied for BANL IPO. I swing traded HLBZ today, so this is one of the ones on my watch list. It's had big moves. This is a micro EV micro mobility company. They're basically second in market to Birds. HLBZ is more located in Europe, but they have presence in the States also. It's had big moves here. I think it was originally a SPAC, actually. Yeah, originally a SPAC. Had big moves along with other SPACs at that time. Went from $6 up to 41. So it's been large, but it's had a long sell-off along as well as with Birds and pretty much all SPACs. This basically had the SPAC curse that I call it. They were all super hypey at one point last year, and then they were all cursed. I think massive short positions, maybe in some sort of swap basket that they were all correlated. I'm not sure, but yeah, basically all SPACs just got wrecked. And anyways, it's been on my watch list because I kind of want this just in the long term. I like this space, and it's been squeezy too. I've seen it run, so when I see things move big, I put them on my watch list, and then usually don't take them the first time, but I'll see it next time. So yeah, I saw this thing moving up on my list, and yeah, I actually just jumped in with shares. And I put it on Discord, so for those of you that are on Discord and paying attention, I don't flood Discord with too much stuff, but pretty much all my trades I do. So HLBZ shares picked up today at 10:39 this morning, so it already made somewhat of a move up. It was right, let's see, right here. So it was up like 20%, I think, maybe. Wow, I put that on really early. Yeah, so I got 5,000 shares there. It's like $1,700 or something. And it was really nice holding it just because it was an easy trade. This thing moved very naturally. Came up, would consolidate, would come up and just build bull flags basically. Move down to VWAP a little bit, keep climbing up. Unmanipulated looking stock. And it was easy holding because I was planning on just holding it because I was like, I'm happy to have this in the long term and really just waiting for a good price. And it's been a good price. I'm just hesitant to go long on any stock really right now with how the market is. Waiting for more of a reversal, interest rates, etc., yada yada. So it came up so much I actually ended up selling my position. But yeah, it was a nice rally up. I didn't sell till here. Yeah, once it broke, I almost sold here, but I was like, I'll just hold it, and ended up selling here once it broke that kind of support right here. On this candle I sold, and it was a good sell. Bearish MACD also, we had red under the 9, so those two things confirmed as well. So yeah, closed out right here. I think we realized like 800 on it, and yeah, it just kind of came down from then. So it could still keep going though. The move might not be over. Kind of consolidated up here at 36 cents. Netflix is still going. Kind of consolidated up here at 36 cents, so it might not be over. The catalyst for it, I'm not too sure. There was some insider buying. I think the CEO bought some. This was bearish news that came out, which is kind of weird. HLBZ in late Monday filing, so that was yesterday. So that wouldn't have made it move today. But basically, they want the right to sell $200 million in shares, so share offering more or less. That came out yesterday though, so I'm not sure. I don't think that was the catalyst. I think it just started to get momentum from day traders in this. But the CEO, I did read he is buying, he did buy some shares. I don't know if it's a lot for him. It's like, you don't know their net worth. You don't know if a certain amount's a lot or not, but I think he bought like $20,000 worth or something, which seems pretty small for a CEO, but insider buying is insider buying. So it's not bad. The valuation on it honestly isn't too bad. Their market cap's what, 21 million. The revenue, it's like 4 million quarterly. So it's a small company. Once financial restraints are loosened and money's flowing freer, this will be undervalued for sure at this price. But at this point, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it continues on. Next level, I would say, so I kind of just drew old support and resistances here. And it respects them pretty well. So at 53.20, if it breaks that, I think the next move up would be 64 cents, which was drawn from back here. Yeah, kind of that resistance back there, or support rather. And then just probably on up. We'll see though. Volume today was good on it, and might have a pullback tomorrow. It's nice it kind of moved just totally separate from the market. So daily volume today on it was 64 million, which is pretty good. So we'll see. I might jump back in with shares. It's cooled off pretty good on the hourly, on the RSI. You know, after hours it's make a little move. We'll see. So that was what I did here on Webull. GME, of course, had a pretty big move up today. Moved with the SPY for the most part, although it did hold up better. This is what we like to see once we start getting kind of pinchy, squeezy territory, where the SPY will sell off and GME will kind of hold flat, and then when the SPY has any sort of relief bumps, GME rallies. So as you can see them here kind of side by side, I didn't overlay it, but SPY kind of came down and GME did, but not nearly to the same amount. Kind of held up through all of it, and then when SPY would rip, GME would rip from where it was, which was a higher point. So stayed above VWAP longer, and yeah, did pretty well. Kind of had a big move here, but not too bad. Volume today was, I think, a little better. Yeah, a little better than yesterday. We've got green MACD, green over the 9 moving average back here. Got some moving average crossing here, momentum, Williams R. Still have that head and shoulders bottom, which gives it a price target of like 32, 33.25 up to 35 by November 16th. If it's moving up, yeah, it could honestly just make a little higher floor here. We might not get a huge pinch to 50 or 45 in the next 30 days, but we could. It could do a move similar to like how we had back here, maybe a little bit bigger, but where it just kind of takes another leg up, or even how we had here. But we are due for a cycled run, I think. SLD does start tomorrow, so we'll see. Sometimes it's bearish in the first 3 days of SLD, and then it'll have its big moves the week after. And we'll see how that correlates with SPY also. It's sometimes kind of the same thing happens with SPY. I think SPY is kind of waiting on earnings, and Netflix came out. Earnings were good. They're not giving guidance. They haven't had the earnings call yet, I don't think. But yeah, they basically beat estimates and did well. So this is definitely causing a solid move on the market. As far as SPY, I am bullish on it. We have on the weekly here, we have RSI divergences. So we've got these two right here, and here, a lower low here than here, and a higher low on the RSI. This would only not be validated if this week, basically we came down so much that this RSI line came all the way down here and made a lower low. Then that would be invalidated. And that's possible. That'd be a pretty big move down. So I'm kind of front running a little bit. Went long on futures for that. And then we also have this kind of longer time frame weekly divergence here on the weekly candles. These lows with these lows, and then these lows with these lows. So higher lows on the RSI here than here, and then lower lows here than here. So diverging on this bigger time frame, and then also on just this couple weeks right here. That might even show up on the monthly. No, it's not really showing up on the monthly. And then on the daily, we'll see. We've got bullish green MACD crossover. Yesterday did make a green over the 9 moving average here. It does look like it's kind of in a choppy, just big, large range right now. So to really get confirmation of this move, I would want it to break this kind of 378, and then I would be more comfortable. But that being said, I think it could, as long as earnings aren't bad. I think we are in for a bear market rally, and probably a gap fill up here, that 406 or so, unless there's some external event that comes out. And if we do make that 406 gap and it kind of peters there, and then we make our big move down, that would also make a head and shoulders here on SPY, with this being the head and the shoulder and the shoulder. So potentially move like that, and the peak for SPY being after midterms, maybe sometime in mid-November or so. But yeah, that's at this point. It could all change. We could flip down, like I said, this week. We could lose that divergence if we start selling off. Earnings start coming in bad. Downside, I guess breaking this 357 to the downside, I would say we're bearish and gonna find the next support down. And that I think is the COVID highs. Kind of where I was 326. Yeah, because we already hit this resistance back here. 349, we already made a support. Old supports come new resistances, and new resistances come old supports. So yeah, I think the next one down would probably be at 326 if we made it down. So we'll see. I'm still bullish. It's big choppy range, a little sketchy to be in. Because if you're wrong on the upside, it's a long ways down before you either are convicted on the move to the down or vice versa. So I kind of got shaken out a couple times on the futures. I actually had a short yesterday. I was scalping, and then I just let it ride, and then of course after hours did this, and then I cut losses because I just don't like the stress of it. And then of course I had fogey, fear of getting in, because I got burned yesterday, and so I didn't take this break right here of this support, which I would have, and missed that short, but that's okay. On my longer time frame, I'm bullish, so even for the shorter time frame scalps, I think it's good to be consistent with what your longer time frame is. For one, in case you get stuck with it. I think that helps a lot. So yeah, this big move up, if I was bearish on the long time frame, I'd be like, oh, I'll just hold this, I think it's going to come down. But I'm bullish, so yeah, so trying to find dips basically to buy, and even if you scalp it, that's fine. But yeah, so I kind of didn't really do it right on that, but that's okay. I started scaling in long. Let's see, I got some right in here. I got one micro future. Thought about getting more here, but I kind of wanted to wait till Netflix came out, and kind of scaling in by time based also, not just by price. So I said once in the after hours I'll get another micro, and then we'll see. Maybe one in the pre-market, and then maybe another one in the morning. So yeah, slowly scaling into these. It did kind of get away from me. I put an order in when Netflix came out, and it didn't fill. I should have done market. I did a limit, and now it's way up here, but it might come back down. GME with that. If we do get a bear market rally, I think GME could have definitely moves to go. Ryan Cohen has been tweeting again. I think if I had that in the last video, his last tweet. So much trace. Oh yeah, his sex tweet. I did talk about that. So that could have been a bullish sign, or that's just, he just thinks about sex a lot, so he equates everything to that. And then this post with him and Carl Icahn, very interesting. I'm not speculating that this means that Carl Icahn is going to buy in GME or already has or anything like that. But I know people are speculating that. I don't know. I don't think it necessarily means anything. I think it probably looks up to him as an investor and just wanted to show that picture. Or maybe there's something going on. I don't think that means anything, because he would probably get in trouble. That would be a fine line of selling insider information, or, you know, if Icahn has a stake in one of Ryan Cohen's companies and they didn't, before they disclose it, he tweets this picture of the both of them. I mean, that's that's way worse than tweeting cucumbers and poop and us knowing that it means the stock's going up or down. So I don't think it necessarily means anything, but it is cool. We'll see, maybe at some point. So there's that. There's the time frame of GME and calendar 69. That's kind of a rough time, and we're kind of past it for the most part. I think we're like 72 days now or so, but in that about amount of time frame, close to that, we usually see a rally. So when Citadel got their bailout for $1 billion back here, that was the longest downtrend GME had for a long time before that move. That was 77 days. Same thing happened here. $400 million. I think they got a loan this time, not an investment, just a loan. So if we just look at that, and we're looking at 77 days, that's kind of the beginning of November. So this wasn't a big move we had back here in February, but it was a bounce off the bottom. And so I definitely think before like mid-November, before Friday, November, for that first Friday, I would expect to see GME to at least pop back up into this 30, kind of 35 range. And hopefully it's a bigger move like this, and for their futures or swaps or whatever. Volume has been just incredibly low, and that could be a sign of impending squeeze. If market really starts to get volatile to the upside and squeezy like we saw this other day, yeah, I think GME definitely could get squeezy. So Ryan Cohen also tweeted this yesterday. That was the same day that Carl Icahn was talking about the short squeeze he was involved in with Herbalife. And that same day, he literally called Herbalife that it could be the mother of all short squeezes. I put the article on. Someone put it on here if I didn't. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, he's been involved in short squeeze. He squeezed Bill Pershing. What's his name? Oh, sorry, Bill Ackman on Herbalife. He had a huge short position, and Icahn went long, and it was this basically public battle on CNBC between the two, and he ended up winning and making money on it and squeezing Ackman. And I guess now, ever since then, Ackman doesn't short individual companies. At least that's what I've read or heard. I'm not sure if that's true, but yeah. Anyways, here we are. So I actually got calls today on GME, just looking at SPY and getting more back bullish on it, with the divergences as well as, of course, this big engulfing candle with all this volume, and the CPI, which was bad, but the market liked it for some reason, and so I'm getting more bullish. And now Netflix earnings was good, so more bullish on SPY means bullish on GME for me. So I did get calls. They're only down, I guess, 4%. They were up most today, but down a little bit. This put credit spread is going to be really nice. Hopefully it expires out of the money this time. I've rolled it. I think this will be my second or third time rolling it. But yeah, these are nice when the IV isn't too bad. 23.5, 25.5 put credit spread for Friday. If we're above that, it'll be 1100 on that one. And then I'm kind of riding on these protective puts for margin, which kind of sucks. Oh, and then BBBY, I opened up kind of a option chain arbitrage 40. So I got 32, 33 call debit spread for January on BBBY. So max loss, it cost me $261. Max gain on it's 25 grand. That's if it's up here at 33, basically by close, by expiration. But it's profitable all up until there. You know, as BBY price increases, it will gain in value. As long as it's not expired, so you can kind of see the numbers down here. But anyways, I got this for 1 cent. So each contract I could get it for 1 cent. And then I found an even better deal with a wider spread, 43, 45. So $2 spread for a cent also. So this one's even nicer. Sure, it's further out of the money, but if BBY just goes back up even to 10, this will be what, $900 or so off of $251, which is awesome. But then it also gives me a huge upside if it does keep going. So the risk to reward is 1 to 199 on that one. So it's hard to find option plays where you can get them for a cent, especially that are $2 apart. So this one's 1 to 99, and this one's 1 to 199. You see that? The risk to reward. So basically on the option chain, I'm looking for contracts that are so closely priced, or they're kind of even mispriced, that you can take advantage. So the Januaries typically have a lot of liquidity, and that's where I found these. And I was just looking for asks that were the same price. So right now you can see the ask on these two are the same. I was looking as close to the money as I could, basically the closest to my money. So actually even right there, I don't know if you get a fill on that, probably not. So you're buying this one, say if you bought it at the ask and then you sold this one at the bid, there'd be a few cents there. But if you can get that down to 1 cent, then that's pretty awesome. So I'll show you. I'll just set this up again so you can see what I'm talking about. See, there you go. So if I bought the 32 and I sold the 33, there's only a 1 penny difference in that. So that's giving you $100 of upside for $1. But what was even better was that bigger spread that I did, the 43, because it's more room for upside. And then the 45, they would only fill me. I got an order for, so I got like 500 of these contracts. I mean, they were cheap. So I got 251 of the 43.45 call debit spreads and 261 of the 32.33 call debit spreads. I went back to get more of these 250 or these 43.45s just because of the opportunity. I was like, wow, that's a $2 spread. I need to get more. They wouldn't fill me on anymore. So yeah, market makers kind of, they might be able to pick up on that, and then they adjust the prices so they won't give it to you. So yeah, that's where that's at. But yeah, I think GME could move up with BBBY. Still have our shares on BBY as well as GME, and on our margin account, still rolling these 9 short puts on BBBY, and I still have the GME shares on here. Not as many GME shares on here this time. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Discord. Peace out.